scream bloody murder, aren't you? All right, so change one to the buck situation. Not that it's a bad thing, but I mean, the bucks, they totally get a musty smell to them, and our new buck Nutty is he's 4 years old, and so he has 4 years of awesomeness on his beard. He's got this big luxurious beard, and I know you've seen it before, but I'll show it to you again. But he is just like, not meaning to, but I mean, we have him close to the barn, and unfortunately it's just like the manliness is just wafting off of him. So what we're gonna do is move him to a place where I've already made a shelter from, you know, summers past, if you will, and we're going to put out some poultry netting, which is really good for goats too, but it's electric netting, and we are going to let them roam out there instead, because they're going to love it a lot more, because there's better grasses out there and all that good stuff to be able to play with. Right there's our western pasture and then our front pasture, and so what we're going to be doing is, this is that shed that you may have seen in another video, and what we're going to do is mount, you know, this corner hay manger for when it gets cold. Right now. And for when it gets cold, we're going to mount this, and then we need to mount their dual purpose mineral feeder, and then they should be good. I mean, goat bucks, the only downside about a goat buck is the fact that they are just stinky. That's the only thing about a goat buck. So we're going to mount these things, and then we're going to run that Premier 1 fence in such a way to where they'll have access to the water, because I already have water coming off of the house, thankfully, and then we'll be able to put their water like over here and make it super easy to where all we got to do is just literally turn on a faucet and fill up their water. And it's a big old basin, so we might only have to fill this thing once a week. Biggest thing that we're gonna have to watch out for is, you know, algae loves growing around here, so we might just have to rinse it out every once in a while and scrub it out. But they should be good to go. They're gonna be way better out here. I mean, look at all this stuff out here, guys. Wow. They've got so many weeds.
Look, it's up to my knees.
They've got so many weeds out here that they are good. I mean, this is all weeds and clover, so
they'll be very happy.
They will be very much more happy than where they are right now, which is not a bad place to be, but
they're just being tortured by
this is awesome. This is awesome, and the girls will be out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
All right, so I just pulled these out of the box. What you're looking at is you're looking at some Premier 1 fencing. So this is netting that is completely tied up. Excuse me, the one here at the top is the poultry. And I'll show you that set up, and it starts off with squares that are actually smaller and then squares that get bigger. And this is your pig, which is not nearly as big. And look at that, I said a rhyme, and yeah, I did the time. All right, I'll stop. So, but this one's shorter, of course, because pigs don't jump, at least not when they finally get up to an age where they just don't want to anymore. All right, so let's carry this out and show you all how we set this up out of the box. Pretty straightforward. What's kind of cool is that sometimes people use solar energizers, but our whole property is electrified. We have poly ropes, which is another type of, sorry I'm losing a pole here, hon, if you wouldn't mind helping me out. Thank you. Cool. Did I lose all the other ones? Yeah, I probably did. Cool. All right, so we're good. So anyway, I'm going to direct connect this to our existing poly rope. Sorry, I'm going to catch this with my neck because they're trying to fall off. But this will energize the whole fence, and we will be good to go. So typical setup for what we're going to do for the goat bucks But I designed this shed to actually be movable. So I'm gonna probably grab my truck here in the next day or so and move it to where it might be even more accessible for us, because these bucks are not gonna need to rotate a ton, but we need to stabilize the time between the goat buck laying, getting older, and then the 4-year-old buck that we already have. So we're gonna end up actually moving it, possibly, but this is what she's gonna look like. All right, guys, you're old enough now to move out to the homemade brooder. Hope you all are ready, because you're getting kind of stinky in the house. Rubbermaid style bin, food, water, some pine shavings that we brought a bucket over. That brooding light, super ideal. All right, the next test that we're doing this evening is we have to move these little ones into our homemade brooder, which is gonna go right here. This is like our mother-baby area right now, because we've got broody hen right there with her chicks, well, her eggs underneath her, and then we're gonna have a brood right here for those 7 little chicks. So we start off with wheat straw on the bottom to give them a nice little base layer for warmth, and then we do some pine shavings.
Absorb.
Yeah, these are really, really good for absorbing their wonderful poo material. And this is a brooder that we made. It's so simple. It's just 4x4s. It's got a 2x2 roofing system. We put a small little 2x2 right here as a latch, so therefore we can move it out. We fold it down, and this entire thing, let me show you. This entire thing will close. And then they have hardware cloth on the bottom, which is this kind of material. And then there's chicken wire, which is this kind of material that we did surrounding it. And so you have to wait for them to get big enough, which is, you know, usually about a day or 2 old. And then they're good to go inside of this. And then they're gonna live into this, for as long as they need to. Probably anywhere between about a month to 6 weeks, in order to get them big enough to where they can be incorporated in the other ones. The 2x4s here, I wanna say that I've made those about 4 feet in height. And it's a super easy, super straightforward system. It's really great.
These darker ones right here are Barnevelders. They lay a really dark chocolate egg, and they're also a heritage breed. And then we have one Swedish flower right here. And actually these are the eggs that our broody hen is sitting on. And then over there we have one Americana, which lays the blue eggs. So we'll see. We're hoping that we have mostly hens, but you know, it's always just a cross your fingers and wish for the best. Roosters are okay too. They're not bad.
And then he said, "Let there be light." GoPro, stop recording.